One of the professors off top was like, "That's dried frog spawn."
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm on board now. I'm where I need to be.
Welcome back. This is Crazy Everywhere.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We just started.
They don't know where they found us. They were just riding down that old river road in that cab and landed somewhere in 1876. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this Crazy Everywhere
Look, I know y'all gonna enjoy it.
with
I'm Crystal E. Green. All right.
and me, Marvin E. Green.
You are not Marvin E. Green.
Go. Go. You got to get a sip. Okay. Come on.
All right.
Take us to a place.
It was March 3rd, 1876. Bath County, Kentucky. It was about 11 o'clock in the morning. The sky was clear, not a cloud in sight. Over on the Crouch family farm, Rebecca, a.k.a. Becky, was
Are you
out.
changing the names?
No, this is history.
Oh,
This is in the news,
okay.
okay? So Becky was outside with her grandson, Alan, making soap. When all of a sudden, these small, strange pieces started falling out the sky. Becky thought the pieces looked like meat.
Mm-hmm.
So she asked her little grandson, "What is that falling, Alan?" Alan looks up and says, "Why, Grandma, it's snowing."
Wow, what's that?
Why, Grandma? I'm trying to make my voice like
I
it
see
would have
ya.
been
You
back in
doing
1870.
something.
You know how back in them old shows, they be having
It's
that
just really
certain
country.
tone.
Really country.
Why, Grandma? It's snowing. That's how we do it. That's when Becky walked around and saw a large piece of it hit the ground behind her, making a snapping sound. Now, according to Becky, the pieces ranged from the size of a pea to the size of a finger. She
Of
said,
what, though?
a finger.
Okay.
You're not going to get up in Becky. She's
All right.
making her soap. And
Carry on.
she said the longest piece was the size of her hand and about a half-inch wide. Over the course of several minutes, about 4 dry gallons worth of this raw meat substance fell from the sky, smacking down on Becky's farm. Naturally, word of this mystery meat shower spread around the county, and within hours, neighbors was all up in Becky's yard trying to see, as they described it, one of the most singular and wonderful phenomena to have ever occurred in the modern world. Hundreds of visitors popped up over the next few days, but nobody actually knew what they was dealing with. When reporters asked Becky how it looked, she was like, "It's gristly, like it had been torn from the throat of some animal."
And this is a true story.
This is a true story in Bath County, Kentucky. Then 2 of these incredibly brave visitors decided that they needed to taste it. And so they did. Talking about, it's either mutton or venison. How would they say it? It's either mutton or venison.
Mutton.
It's either mutton or venison.
Mutton. I think that's like a lamb or a sheep
Shh,
or
shh.
a wooden.
So some random third dude swore up and down that it was from a bear. I don't know how he knew that, but... About a week later, the story hit the Courier-Journal, a leading Kentucky newspaper, with the headline, "Startling Phenomenon, a shower of quivering flesh falls from a clear sky near Mount Sterling. The people awestruck." And that was just the start. The story then made national news, hitting the first page of the New York Times on March 10th. And some other papers outside of the state. Some of the headlines was like, "The carnal rain," "The rain of flesh," the Kentucky flesh rain, the flesh fall, the air meat, and of course, the Kentucky meat shower. This is where it gets tricky.
What?
Samples of the flesh were gathered from the farm, preserved in alcohol, and sent off to different scientists, for analysis. One of the professors off top was like, "That's dried frog spawn." Another one was like, "That's Gnostic." It was a type of
Gnostic?
science.
I don't even know what Gnostic is.
It's a type of cyanobacteria.
Oh.
But upon closer analysis, all the scientists agreed that it was definitely of animal origin, specifically muscle fiber, cartilage, and lung tissue. Now, there was a whole bunch of ideas about where this meat came from. One of the most common theories is that it was a disgorging by a flock of vultures,
That's what I saw.
AKA bird vomit, right? When people asked Rebecca where she thought the meat came from, she was like, "The Lord only knows. All I know is that it came from someplace above my head. I have thought about it a heap, and it is the greatest mystery to me in the world."
She thought about it a heap.
She thought about it a heap.
It said, I saw something that said that no one saw the vultures and the sky was clear. A second theory was water spout transported carcass remains from another location. So like it blew in the sky and blew it over to their yard because it's a very specific location. And
What if nobody liked Becky, and that's why they put that meat over there?
2 scientists tasted it. He's so slow.
Wow.
Dr. L.D. Kastenbein of Louisville
He should not let them put his name out there.
analyzed samples published in the Sanitarium Medical Journal. Lung tissue, muscle tissue, heart tissue, cartilage, fat, and what he believed to be bear meat, as you said.
Yeah.
Most accepted the explanation. Multiple scientists identified the meat, and their identifications did not agree. One said mutton, one said venison, one said bear, one said human muscle tissue. The finding was quietly set aside in the original report. The meat was fresh. Whatever happened, it happened fast.
Oh, gosh.
Never definitively solved. Whew, struggle with that word.
Look, my phone already got full.
A documented, peer-reviewed, published event with no confirmed explanation 148 years later.
Okay. I know you got questions. I'll go first.
Okay.
Now, given the history that we all know, this was 1876, right?
Kentucky.
What kind of soap was Becky making?
From fat. Animal fat.
Now you know the history.
All right. It could, no. I got something for you.
No, what kind of soap? What kind of soap was she making?
At the time, go on.
I'm just saying though, because I ain't gonna get into that, but what kind of soap was Becky making? First of all.
They weren't really taking a lot of baths.
That's what I'm trying to get to. What kind of soap was she making?
The area was famous for springs. And
it's nasty and it's trifling.
It
and
is.
The fact that they decided, I'm just going to taste this mystery meat is what's baffling to me.
Olympian Springs, unincorporated resort community.
Yeah.
In the Daniel Boone National Forest region.
Yeah.
So it was called the Saratoga of the South, a 19th century luxury resort where Southern elite came to take the waters and be seen. The area sits on karst limestone. Karst?
What does that even mean?
Geology. The ground is riddled with unmapped caves and sinkholes hidden under leaf litter. The land can swallow you whole. The resort's mineral...
Nope. What you mean by that?
It's a whole lot of holes and caves throughout the properties.
So you can just...
You can just disappear. And there's stories of people disappearing.
You know what? So you can just be walking one day and then all of a sudden you out. You just got trapped in the hole.
One of the reasons that people went there were for the mineral springs. They were marketed as miracle cures. The most powerful ones smelled exactly like rotten eggs, and guests soaked in them all day. So, like the soap, she needed it because the whole city stank.
Do you think they had essential oils?
Not
I mean,
in-
you kind of need
not
something
in
if
this
you've been
community.
sitting.
Not in this community. They didn't have essential.
They had a farm, though. We off top. We already know some. We got some answers to some of these questions that's in my head. First of all, I don't need to know. You already know what Becky looked like, don't you? You know exactly what
Little
she
House
looked
on
like.
the Prairie is what I imagine.
You know
when I
exactly
think
what she
about
looked
it.
like. She owned a farm in Kentucky
Uh-huh.
in 1876, and she had her grandkid out there with her. They didn't say he was making the soap. He was out there just being her grandbaby.
I agree. I can see that.
Yeah, you can see it real clear. She probably had that blue dress on, you know, the one that's like made out of linen or something. That thick linen like them old women used to have.
Here's the interesting thing about that place. What do you think they were eating at this resort?
Well, we know a few things
Okay.
because they were able to quickly identify this as bear.
Mutton.
So
and
they
venison.
definitely had some mutton. Mm-hmm. You think they put gravy on? How do you even prepare mutton?
It's definitely a gravy because the rotten meat. That's the answer. The rotten meat.
So they had some mutton, probably with potatoes.
The number one signature dish was Kentucky stack cake. 7 thin layers of ginger spice cake filled with spiced dried apple. Assembled and left 24 to 48 hours so the filling soaks in. Appalachian families would each bring 2 layers to community. What you think about that?
That's the signature dish?
They would bring them to gatherings. 2 layers. 1 to 2 layers to community gatherings. A 7-layer cake meant you had people. They were eating this at Olympian Springs in 1876, the same year the meat failed. Guess what else?
What?
Wild card dish. Blackberry tansy.
No,
That's the name of it.
I already ate today. I don't want none.
A traditional
I'm
egg
full.
custard with wild forage blackberries and historically the herb tansy. I don't know what that is.
First of all, I
We
never heard no
use tansy
tansy
in anything.
They definitely don't have that at Vaughn's.
I'm gonna tell you what tansy is.
Never heard no tansy.
Tansy is mildly toxic in large quantities. Why would they eat tansy if it's toxic?
I need to know more about Becky and her lifestyle.
The
Because how did she get in this situation?
It's
What
her
is-
time. The meat failed in her yard and it shine light on her soap making.
I heard it was over there on the fence and stuff.
She
And
probably got a farmer's market soap.
can you imagine it? What if it was from vultures? What made that vulture just throw up?
Probably the tansy that is mildly toxic in large quantities. Slightly poisonous dessert.
It all makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense.
It says the 19th century health resort guests were technically eating a slightly poisonous dessert while drinking sulfur water and calling it medicine.
They didn't want to live. They had given up on life. You had to, because why would you eat poison knowingly? I'm just going to get a little bit of this, just a little taste, because I love it.
They had some culture in the kitchen.
Of course they did. It was
So-
1876.
One of the things that we might
Kentucky.
eat was licking river catfish. Cornmeal crusted, fried in lard, served with lemon thyme butter.
You know that was good.
That's probably delicious.
You know that was a hit.
And then they had the white sulfur water, chilled, smells like rotten eggs, and they drank it for their health. I don't know.
How did they get it down? Because you know when you taste, you smell it first.
It's just rotten eggs.
But how do you get that down?
So,
What else you got?
hang on a second. Picture thing.
My stuff. I don't know how.
You got to delete something.
Delete the dictionary.
Probably your Instagram or something.
Oh, that's gone. Mango. Food for less.
Mango.
Ooh. You should have been a singer.
Mango. Mango.
You hear our kids talking? Loud as I don't know what.
Ready?
I'm deleting some stuff. Nearly everything off of my device so I can have a little space here. Picture me rolling.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm rolling.
Okay. So, the Great Sulphur, this is an interesting fact about this area. They had this thing called the Great Sulphur Water Social Scam. The elite Southern society came to Olympian Springs not because they were sick, but because the mineral baths were the only socially acceptable reason to appear in public in a bathing costume. People didn't like to be outside in bathing suits.
First of all, we need to take, you said way too many words too fast.
What?
What is a bathing costume?
That's a bathing suit.
No, this was 1876. It was 1876, but what did it look like?
The full body outfit. It probably had, like, for girls, right, the little skirt thing, because boys had the thing, the full body onesie.
You know them legs was not out in 1876. They did not have them legs out or armpits. What did they?
They soaked all day in the white sulfur water, which smells exactly like rotten eggs, as I said.
What you mean all day?
Then spent all evening in expensive French perfume trying to cover it up. The wealthier you were, the more perfume you could afford. Taking the waters was a flex. It required smelling terrible in order to smell expensive. That's kind of like today, yeah.
No, it's not kind of like today. It's nothing like today. Okay? Nothing.
You know?
It's actually the opposite.
Someone decided. This is real history, too. This is not made up. We are not like...
I want you to understand, I'm not no historian.
No, we're not making this
by
up.
any means, but
no.
This is crazy, and I need y'all to understand that it's crazy all over.
So it's a story of a young man lighting a cigar too close to the concentrated sulfur vent.
This is still in Olympian Springs?
Yeah, and he burned his eyebrows off because the sulfur was so strong. So his flame caught fire and got big and burned his eyebrows straight off.
What's his name?
They didn't give a name for this. He told his date it was a scientific experiment in chemistry. She did not believe him. The story survived. His name did not. That was the story.
Yeah, he had a name. What do you think his name was?
Probably John. That's
Jim.
Jim, maybe
probably
John.
Jim.
Kentucky?
Jim.
Yeah.
It's Jim.
The Olympian Springs was not a city, not incorporated, no downtown, no hotel. It was a resort. Mm-hmm. If you drive there expecting a great place, you find a historical marker and a whole lot of forest. That's it.
I guess my next question. Where was Becky's husband? Because they said she was Mrs. Crouch.
Yeah.
Where was her husband at? Where was her man at during all of this meat falling out the sky?
Probably hunting mutton.
He was on that farm getting to work.
The people paid a lot of money to go somewhere to smell like rotten eggs.
How much money do you think?
In that time? You know, that's the one thing I didn't look up is how much money they were spending at that time.
They was probably balling out.
But this was supposed to be a luxury upscale resort where people came to, man, it was like fancy. It's supposed to be like Saratoga, like New York, Saratoga, an upscale thing.
Yeah.
In Kentucky.
Mm-mm.
You think you can live there?
Absolutely not. I'm not living
Why not?
there. First of all, no.
Why not, though?
Because why would I have a reason to go there? I don't go to Kentucky anyway. Other than just driving through. What am I pulling up on Olympic? No. Okay? Y'all got wait a minute. Did you see it was like 150 years later? They had a celebration to honor this Kentucky meat shower. Did you see that?
No.
I meant to get the information on it. A whole celebration.
Like a festival.
A festival. What you think they was doing? They was probably dancing around like
somebody probably shot.
Doing that.
Somebody probably shot fake meat in the sky.
Yeah.
So they
had a reenactment.
Reenact it. It's a great place. All 4 seasons.
Who said it's a great place?
It's a lot of stuff online.
It matters where you get your information. Who said it's a great place?
It was a lot of different things online that said they have 4 full seasons, humid summers, cold winters with ice storms, spring flash flooding, and karst terrain.
I'm sorry, what?
Karst terrain.
Did you happen to look that word up?
That's for the caves and the minerals and things.
Okay.
It says complete silence, a dark sky. The Milky Way is visible. You can run through caves and do world-class muskie fishing. I don't know what muskie is. I never ate that.
You know what? If I was Becky, I probably would have been like, you know, when I die, turn my house into a museum, turn the farm into a museum. Hold on, let me make sure my audio didn't stop.
Turn my hood into a museum. She was going on a tear, huh? Turn my hood into a museum.
I'm back. I feel like turn my house into a museum. You know, keep it in the family. Alan probably got the house. Her grandbaby.
Possibly. They had, this is the time of parlor songs. You know, minstrel shows.
You know, when you said minstrel, I thought of something else.
Like women minstrel?
Yeah, I know what minstrel shows are, but my mind was
No, like
some other place.
Appalachian fiddle music.
This is precisely
that music.
It's exactly what I expected.
There's a track called "Oh Susanna." You know "Oh Susanna."
How I go?
Oh Susanna, don't you cry for me. You know that song.
You should have been a gospel singer.
I probably was.
In a different time.
In a different time.
Different time. You was a gospel. You was probably like Rance Allen.
Definitely wasn't Rance Allen. I was probably more of a quartet singer.
Like that one Daddy that you showed me the other day?
Yeah, Candy Spirituals.
Hi, let me hear you.
No. So.
Okay. They look just alike, though. Anyway, that's off topic.
I probably never would have been at this resort, especially in this time where I wouldn't have been welcome anyway. We just talking about the story.
No, you would have been.
We would have been cooking, cleaning, nursing, that type of thing. And I know it's, you know.
I mean, let's be real, though.
That time.
We got to be real. This is 1876 in Kentucky. What did you think was happening?
Yeah. So.
Unfortunately.
You know what? I don't think I would like to be there.
I don't even want to drive through.
I've been through Kentucky a lot of times.
I went to, Ruby Falls?
We've been through Kentucky a lot of times. Ruby Falls.
I was like, I don't know, tween or something.
I've been through Kentucky a lot of times.
My cousin took me to Ruby Falls.
A lot.
We have.
And at no time at night did it feel good stopping.
No.
Not one time.
You better
We had to get our gas and get up out of there.
Look around while you're getting it.
Right. So I could only imagine what Olympian Springs was like. And I'm sure that the people in the back probably got blamed for that meat flying.
You know they did.
So,
you know they got blamed for that meat flying.
Huh. That's all I got on Olympian Springs. Do you have any more information for the people?
No, one thing I found very interesting was that this is a meat shower in Bath County. Isn't that ironic? Look at my phone doing that thing again. Ironic.
You know,
I always want to say that because I don't use that word enough.
Ironic?
Yeah.
They say that people disappeared in the caves all the time.
In Olympia?
In Olympia, yeah. It's a cave called Mammoth Cave. And it's so many unsolved disappearances of people just going in the cave and never coming out. Or people walking in a line together and being separated, and then the person in front of them just disappearing, or the person behind them disappearing, and they were there together. Does that make you feel weird?
That's weird as hell.
I always get a little tingles when I think about stuff like that. Just imagine me and you walking in a cave, and I like jokingly run up 10 feet, and I turn around and we gone. We in different places. You can hear us, but you can't see us. And then eventually the voice just fades. It's probably all that white sulfur in the water.
Where are they going?
Who knows?
Do you think there's like a portal, or they're just getting dissolved down there?
I don't know. Either way, that's crazy everywhere.
That's okay. That's how you're going to end the show?
That's crazy everywhere.
Listen, we'll be back.
Maybe.
We will be back. Because if I don't know nothing else, I know it's not just crazy here, and it's not just crazy where you at.
True, and watch out when you're at home making soap in the front yard. Always be on the lookout for fresh meat falling out the sky.
Because you never know.
You never know where that's going to happen at, and it can happen anywhere, especially if it happened at Mary with Allen and Crouch now.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I was reading, and I kept finding Mary.
Yeah, Mary Crouch and Allen's property.
But I think it was like Mary, Rebecca, Mary. I don't really know.
Allen and Mary Crouch.
But I found more sources that said her name was Rebecca, so we went with it.
That's fine.
Okay, it could have been Mary. But again, this was 1876, so the record keeping was shady.
Also remember Dr. L.D. Kastenbein's specimen analysis. He ate some. Don't do that if you see meat falling. Leave that to the people that do things like that.
What is
this? Don't eat any meat that falls out the sky. Because things can be crazy everywhere.
You are so lame.
Bye.
Bye.